Hi guys, welcome to today's QGIS tutorial. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how I used to add legend for my raster layer in previous versions of QGIS and what has changed with the latest release, which is QGIS 3.16. So let's go straight into the exercise. What we need for this exercise is a DEM data that you can actually download it from Open Topography or USGS Earth Explorer. I've actually done a lesson in previous videos. I'm going to make sure that I put a link in the description below so that you can actually follow on how I downloaded my DEM for this exercise. But let's go straight into QGIS. So I'm going to open an older version of QGIS, which is QGIS 3.16. And I have already loaded some DEM data here, and I've already computed the hillshade of this DEM data. If you don't know how to actually do the hillshade, you can actually go to raster, then go to analysis, then select hillshade and put in your parameters and then click on run, and you'll get a result like mine. The reason why we actually use a hillshade in this context is because we actually want to style our DEM so it looks nice and it looks much nice and appealing to the person we're actually doing the analysis for. So let's go straight into the exercise. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to learn how to style the DEM that I have. So I have a DEM for my region of interest here, and I also have the hillshade for the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to style the DEM first. And this is how I used to do it in the previous versions of QGIS before the latest release, which is QGIS 3.18. I used to just style my raster very simple. Go to the raster, right click, go to properties. Then instead of having a single band gray, I used to now use a rendering type as the single band pseudo color. Then the color ramp that I used to use was I was going to now select on the drop down here, and then I go to create a new color ramp, and then I go under grade. Instead of gradient, I use catalog CPT cities, then click on OK, and then it will load so many predefined ramps in QGIS. So I used to go and use the topography because I'm dealing with topography. Then I select the elevation ramp. Then I just click on OK, and then I click on classify. And then after clicking on classify, I have my values from the lowest value, which is this color, to the highest value, which is the dark color. And I click on apply OK, and I actually have styled my DEM. Then to add the hillshade effect on my style DEM, I usually just use to go to properties again and also change the transparency from maybe say 100 to maybe say, let's say 54%. Then I click on apply OK, and now you can actually be able to see a very nice effect of my DEM and the hillshade. So actually it looks more easy to interpret. Another way you can actually do that is just by, let me just go back and return the transparency the way it is, the way it was supposed to be 100%, apply OK. Alternatively, you can just go to the DEM, right click, go to properties again. Then when it opens the layer properties, you can actually just scroll down, and then under the color rendering, you can actually now do some little bit of changes here. So you can actually watch as I try to do some little bit of changes. And there are very many options here. There's lighten, screen, dodge, addition, and many other options. So like for example, if I decide to say darken and I click on apply, you can see there's some little bit of difference in how my symbology looks like. Then you can say maybe dodge, apply something different. Then maybe say ban, apply, and you can see I like using the ban because it actually gives you a very nice effect. So I usually never always maybe use the darken or the ban, and you can try as many others as possible. Like for example, subtract, click on apply, and you can see it has a very different effect. Difference, apply, it has also a different effect on your symbology. Then but I'm going to just use ban, then click on apply and OK. So that is how you actually style your DEM. and you can actually see the kind of effects that it gives your DEM. Very nice effect. After this step, the next thing I used to do is I used to go to the print composer the normal way. So I go to project, new print layout, then I say my DEM. I'll just call it my DEM, then okay. Then I have a new print layout. I think we went through these in another lesson of how to just have your print layout. So I'm just going to change the orientation by right clicking on the blank page properties. Then I'm going to say a portrait, because I've already looked at whatever I have here, and I can see it's longer this way than this way, so it will make sense if I have a longer a portrait instead of a landscape. Then I'm going to add my map here. So add item, add map. I'm going to add it in this space here. And then I'm going to resize it by just clicking on the move content, and then I'm going to just zoom in until I get the precise. I can even change it manually here to maybe say this is 9,000. I can say 8,000, 80,000. And you see it's a bit bigger. So now that I have my map here, I'm going to now show you how I used to add the legend. So initially, when I used to add the legend, I used to select here the legend, and you can see it gives you the values, but I want to have a continuous legend. Okay, let me zoom in. You can see I have just these values, and I want to have a continuous legend. So what I used to do, I never used to have to use this. I'm just going to put it aside. So what I used to do is I used to come here and add items. Then I will add a shape. Then I'll add a rectangle. Then I'll add the rectangle here. Then after adding the rectangle, I'm going to now go to style. Then instead of a simple fill, I'm going to go to, say, a gradient fill. Instead of a simple fill, a gradient fill. Then under the gradient fill, I'm going to select color ramp. And then I'm going to select the same color ramp that I used for my map here, which was I went to create new color ramp. Then I'm going to catalog CPT cities. Then okay. Then I'm going to search for topography. Then elevation. Then okay. And you can see now I have my very nice color ramp here. You can even invert it if you want. So I have my color ramp here. Then the next thing I want to do is now I'm going to do this process manually. So this is what I used to do. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add labels here. So I'm going to add label. Then I'm going to say this is I'm going to say it's an elevation. Elevation in meters. That is okay. I'm going to just add it somewhere here. Then I'm going to put the values now, the values of the elevation. For the minimum values is -3, and for the maximum values is 482. So I'm going to also do the same thing. I'm going to also add another label. So I'm going to just copy this, then paste Control V. So this is for my maximum value. Then I go again Control V, and I'm going to say this for my minimum value, for my maximum value. Then I'll start with this one, and I'm going to say it is -3. Then for this one, I'll put 482. Then I'm just going to move it a little bit. You can even, I'm just going to move it downwards here. You can even align them and group them. So I'm going to select all of them. And then I'm going to group them. So that's how I used to make. So I'm going to actually group. Then I'm going to delete this. And now I have my very nice, oh sorry, I didn't group everything. Then I have now my very, very nice elevation legend in QGIS. You can actually do some inversion if you want, depending on how you want it to look like. But I'm going to click on save so that I can save my project. And then I'm also going to save this. So we've actually learned how to use I'm going to open Recent so that you can actually just go through it. Layouts, my DM. So you've actually learned how to now create this very nice legend. That is the old school way that I used to actually create the legend. But now when I open the QGIS 3.18, I notice a little bit of change. And this is actually very, very, very good, because now I don't need to go through all this hassle of creating my custom legend like this. So let's open QGIS 3.18 and look at the changes that were made. So I'm going to open QGIS 3.18. I've already installed it in a previous lesson. So I'm just going to open the folder where it is, and then I'm going to double click to open QGIS 3.18. And let's look at these changes that have actually been effected. So QGIS 3.18 is loading. Now that QGIS 3.18 has loaded, you can actually see our recent project is the one we used in 3.16 was Rasa DM Symbology. So I'm going to just open this recent project. And it tells you these project files are from an older version. So I'm going to just pull this aside here. And everything else remains the same. But the only difference now you can notice is that our color ramp now is continuous here. You can actually see even for the hillshade is actually continuous. And like, let me just minimize so that you can actually look at QGIS 3.16. You can actually see the legend is not continuous. So that's actually a very, very good improvement in QGIS 3.18. So let's go to the print composer and look at how we can actually just create our legend very, very quickly. So I'm going to go to project. Then I'm going to go to layouts. I already have the layout defined. So I'm going to go to my DM, which was my layout. And it will open my previous project here from 3.16. So I need to show you just now how to add the legend straightforward instead of actually using this customizing method. So I'm just going to go to add item, add legend. Then I'm going to add my legend. I'm just going to maybe make it so that you can actually see the difference. Make it just here next to this. And you can see now I already have the legend available. So I'm going to just delete the hillshade by going to auto update and removing the checking the auto update first. Then I'm going to remove the hillshade because you're not working with the hillshade, we're actually working with the top one. So I'm just going to select that. Then I'm going to scroll. Then I'm going to minus so that I remain only this. Then I'm going to now edit some things here like this. I'm going to just, instead of this, I'm just going to call it meters. Then I'm going to go back. I've already changed that, so I'm going to just say this is the elevation. So I'm going to select that, DM, yellow pencil. Then I'm going to say elevation. I'm going to go back. And now you can see we have, this was our initial elevation, and now this is the new elevation. But I want it to be a bit longer. So what I can do is I can just scroll down a bit so that you can actually see what happens. Then I'm going to double click on this elevation like this, and then I'm going to define the width. I'm going to say the width is 5, and then maybe the height is maybe say 50 millimeters, and you can see it actually changes that. And so this is actually a very, very, very easy way of actually now creating our DEM from, instead of using this previous where we used to actually customize it by using the gradient fill and all that. So this is just actually a very, very nice improvement, and there are so many other things you can actually do with this. You can, if you scroll down, you can see instead of an orientation of vertical orientation, you can actually change it to horizontal orientation. Then you can see there's no much changes here, but then we can come here and change the width and say the width, instead of it to being 5, it should be 50, and then the height 5, and you have changed the orientation of your ramp. So you can actually try this on your own and then just appreciate the improvement that these guys have actually done in the new version of QGIS 3.18. That's it for today's exercise. If you found this video useful and you want to learn more on QGIS, subscribe to my channel. You can also follow all my previous lessons and useful GIS tips from the links in the description below. Otherwise, I'm just happy you're here. See you in my next video.